Yeah, I mean, our second exhibition game, I thought we did some really good things, especially our bigs. But obviously, we had the size advantage, we had the strength advantage inside, but 88 paint points is still really good. I thought we ran the floor very well. Hannah obviously had a great game with 27 points, 10 rebounds. Sharon had a great game. She had 9 rebounds with her 14 points too. I love the 30 assists on 5 turnovers. Yes, we want the high assists, but we also had low turnovers, so that was really good. But now it's getting ready for the opener. This was it, so now it's getting ready for the real thing.
I know you probably expected the game to go similar to this, but what do you? It's not just about winning; it's about the other things. What kind of things were you looking for today, and did you think you were successful in those things?
Yeah, I thought we rebounded really well. Again, I thought we ran the floor pretty well. It's just like you don't know how people are going to respond inside when the lights come on, and you see them in practice every day, but how are they going to respond to a game situation? And so I think everybody, again, the question was, what are we going to do about center? And I think you see we have got 3 really good options at center.
Hannah, are you happier about your second collegiate 3 or your 4 for 5 at the line?
Oh, that's a great question. Probably the 4 for 5. I struggled with that a lot last year, so it's good to start off at 80%.
And she worked really hard at it too.
What do you all think when Caitlin was carrying the ball back in the first half, like the ball was not enough air in it? That seemed like kind of an interesting kind of thing. It looked like she was mad and then squeezing it. It just seemed like an odd thing at that point.
You're asking about Caitlin. A lot of things are odd when it comes to Caitlin. So, she thought it was a little flat, and, it probably was.
Is AJ doing okay? Saw her in a boot today.
AJ's in a boot, and it was like a non-contact injury with her foot, so she'll be back, though. Nothing long-term.
Sharon, I know these last couple of years have been grueling and trying in a lot of ways, but just how much more comfortable do you feel right now than even last year? And just how much do you kind of feel like this is a point where you can make a difference and get in there and be successful?
Right, yeah. I'm ready to do whatever the team needs me to do, but I think a lot of that feeling more comfortable and confidence comes from my teammates. They've been encouraging me for the past 2 years since I've been back. And it is post-surgeries, 2 years now, and that just, my body feels a lot better, and it's more comfortable with it. So, I feel
And
good.
did you see that pass by her?
Did you surprise yourself on that pass? Because it looked like you and Molly were just laughing your butts off going on defense. Did you surprise yourself with that?
Kind of, I don't know. I like making those passes, but most of the times it's a turnover. So this one just happened to get through.
No.
That's one of my favorite things is to try to get my teammates a fun pass like that.
Lisa, Kylie gets in there, hits a couple threes. I know she's had a long kind of process. What was that moment for you as a coach, knowing what she's kind of been through and just trying to get back acclimated with things?
Yeah, anytime a player's been out, with that type of a knee surgery, Sharon, Kylie, and they come back and do well, you're just so happy for them. And especially Kylie, since, she did transfer from Iowa State and played here a year and then was out a year. I'm just really glad to see her, having success.
Lisa, the team in terms of depth has really increased going into this season. How does that make you feel as you approach the opener when you see Sharon have a great game like she did today, as well as some considerable great performances like Kylie and Sid and Molly?
We do. I feel like we've got a lot of depth right now. It's so important to have that depth, as you go through it's a grind. The season is so long and so, difficult that there's times in November we almost play 4 games in a week, so we have to have that kind of depth.
And I saw your parents doing a lot of celebrating out there in the stands. Do you ever get a peek over to them and see kind of what they're doing as they celebrate some of your baskets?
I can always hear my mom. She's really loud and she really stands out. I guess I'm used to her voice, but I'm sure everyone else can hear her too. She likes to wait till it's absolutely silent, and then she'll yell something at me so she knows I can hear it. But I just love that they love to be here and they love to support all of us.
Lisa, you talked about your rotation. You had 6 bench players enter the game in the first quarter. Once the Big Ten season starts, are you still thinking 11 players, or how do you get that into a workable situation?
Yeah, I wouldn't even be able to make that prediction right now because, usually you're looking at 8 or 9 deep is really pretty good, So 11 is probably a lot. So if we have 11 contributing, we would love to do that. But, you know, I mean, who knows? I really don't know at this point.
Hannah, what's been the biggest difference for you between starting up this year versus last year? Like, just where are you more comfortable? Just kind of what's your mindset, and just what's the biggest difference for you right now?
I think just being more confident on the floor, knowing that I can drive to the basket, knowing I can post up and get the ball and score. And I think my teammates have helped me a lot building that confidence, so I'm happy that I'm here with them.
How much does, you know, just getting a season of Big Ten play under your belt in an NCAA tournament to just kind of figure out what works and what doesn't for you?
I think it means everything. Being able to make that long run last year gave me a lot of experience that I needed for this year.
Lisa, can you see that confidence in Hannah?
Yeah,
You know,
I have. And I always see the biggest jump, I feel like, between their freshman and sophomore years. And, you know, now they've had a year of working in the weight room, and they understand how physical and how fast the Big Ten is. And so they just understand it a little bit better, and they're more comfortable. It's like the game slows down for them a little bit in that sophomore year. They understand what we're trying to do, you know, philosophically, and so it just really helps.
Molly Davis isn't a sophomore, obviously, but do you see that kind of that similar jump from her coming from the MAC to the Big Ten now?
I do. I think last year she deferred too much. I think she was willing to sit back and let other people do the work. And, you know, she's so capable. And I really am happy that she's playing like she's capable of right now, because I think she's such a fun player to watch.
How did that transformation happen? Was that driven by the coaches, or is that just sort of Molly's development as a player by herself?
I think it's a little bit of both, but I really want to give credit more to Molly because, you know, Molly, I think, realizes this is it. This is her senior year. This is why I transferred here, was to contribute more to this basketball team. And we want more out of her. So I'm just happy that she's really playing a little bit more freer this year.
Lisa, when people go through the rehab process, injuries, it can be a really lonely and, you know, process, but it just seems like whether people are kind of on the outside looking in, the culture you've established between newcomers and injured players, it really seems like you still are one unit. There's just such a unique chemistry. I guess from your perspective, what's the key to kind of developing that sort of culture and care, and where, you know, everybody's still included, like Ava Jones is in the hype video and everybody talks to Ava on the bench. I mean, how do you just establish that culture?
You know, I mean, it's really a part of what we are. And if kids visit us and they're not comfortable with that, they won't come here. I mean, that is a big part of what we do. It's what we work on every single day. We truly care about each other. We truly, really have each other's backs and love each other. And you can't fake that, right? It's got to be real. But we work on it, and it happens, and that's how that culture is built.
Gabby Marshall had 6 assists today. I think she had 8 in the game over in Europe. Is that kind of a part of her game that you've seen maybe grow over the off season?
She had a couple of steals, too, for us, I thought. But I mean, I just love the way Gabby's playing. She's having fun. Like, she knows, again, this is her last year, and to me, she's just having fun, not worrying about anything. I definitely like the way she passed the ball.
Sure, how good did it feel to just have a game like this? I mean, it seems like probably for the first time in a couple of years, you just look comfortable out there. I mean, how much did you feel that? Did this feel differently than you have the last couple of years?
Yeah, it does feel different. Like I said before, it's just a couple years, and you know, the last time I felt that was probably like my freshman year when I first came in. So having that back and seeing all the work that's been done, and the support from my teammates too, that finally comes and pays off. It's just, yeah, it's fun and it's exciting to be back, and looking forward to being able to help the team out if I can.
Hannah, how did it feel to lead the team in scoring today?
It feels good. It was a lot of fun. I know my teammates did a great job of getting me the ball when I was open, maybe if I wasn't open a little bit, but yeah, it was a lot of fun.
You think you're going to have a few more of those this year, or is it going to be the Caitlin show when the regular season starts?
I think it's usually the Caitlin show, but I love the Caitlin show. I'm no hate on Caitlin, but I'm just happy to help her out.
And how hard have you worked on that three-point shot? Have you kind of always had that in your arsenal, or is that just something you've really worked hard at over the off-season?
I've been working on my three a lot over the off-season. My three and my free throws, that's what I needed the most work on, so that's what I've been doing.
All right, thanks, man.
Thanks.